Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Domichelle Marie, aka Dee, and I have a lot of hobbies. Let's get right on into it. Now, as you can see here, the hobby of the day is painting. We are going to be painting this owl on a tree branch. So, my camera angle is a little bit off, but this isn't a tutorial. It's not. It's really not. So, we're going to ignore that and we're going to enjoy me painting this. Now, I started off with an underpainting because I see this is what other people do. Again, this is not a tutorial. This is me de-stressing. Why am I de-stressing, you may ask? As you can see, my very beautiful sweater that I had on in my intro video, I have it on here. I was very stressed out when I was editing that video, so I was like, you know what? One, I need more content to get out this week. Two, I'm stressed. Why not paint? And I already had this pre-outlined painting of this cute little owl. Now, when I first got this, I never thought I would actually paint it. I thought I would probably keep it for my nephew or my niece or anybody else who just wanted to paint something. So this was really a first for me to consider wanting to paint this owl because I never really wanted to before. But again, de-stressing. Content creation is not for the weak. It's really not. And I really learned my lesson the past week trying to get this all together. So as you can see, I just did my white underpainting and then I'm just, fanning it, letting it dry, as you can see. And then I'm deciding on colors. Now, at this point, I call myself trying to be an influencer and showing you the paint, but obviously the camera is not focusing on it. But as you can see, it's brown acrylic paint. I'm just dabbing it on a little bit here, and then I'm gonna try to figure out if I want to do depth, dimension, or if I want to start with this blue acrylic paint. What do I want to do? You never know. Art is about going with the flow when you're trying to de-stress. That is the biggest thing I can say is all about going with the flow when you're trying to de-stress. So me, I'm just sitting here just thinking, what color do I want to start with? Do I want to start with this brown, the tree branch? Do I want to start with this blue? Do I want to start with this green? What do I want to start with? I have no idea. I just know that I need to start. And I'm also fanning it off again because I don't think that paint is dry. I'm pretty sure that paint is not dry. And I'm still thinking, Do my little dancey dance. And then I start to paint. The brush is on the canvas. And then I figured out that I messed up. And I was like, oh no. And I was trying to make it work. Trying to make this whole thing work. But as you can see, the brown was coming out a lot lighter than I had anticipated. And I did not like that one bit. But as you can see, I'm very determined. So I kept going. Then I got frustrated and I was like, you know what? Let me just let it sit for a second. Let me just walk away. And I also got a better camera angle. You're welcome. So it dried down a little bit and I was like, you know what? Let me get in some layers. You know what has layers? Onions. Onions have layers. Y'all know that reference? It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. So we're just going in and, painting this tree here. I'll be quiet for a little bit so y'all can watch me work and also listen to this royalty-free music. get into the next section of the painting. I am done right now with the tree and the tree branch. So we're going to move on to our next color, which is going to be the blue. And it's blue. Y'all know that reference? No? It's fine. It's fine. So we are going to be painting the night sky blue. I wanted a deeper blue, and then I was trying to be careful because it's a nighttime because the moon is out, obviously. So I was trying to be as careful as possible, and we are painting the night sky. Now this is just the first layer. I am gonna paint another layer on it so it's not so light because I want it to look close to nighttime. I feel like this blue is a bit bright and it seems like daytime. So this is our first layer of the blue painting. We're painting the sky behind the owl here. I have to say, now look at the precision, the technique. You know, not to toot my own horn, but to do. Look at that. Look at that. You can tell I went to school for art. You can totally tell. Lots and lots of money in student loans, but I learned something. I hope my art teachers are proud of me, all of them. I hope they are. Anyways, moving on. jumping back in at this part because I was done with the first layer of the sky and I was also jamming to my playlist. As you can see, I was listening to some oldies. Let me know if you want me to drop the playlist in the comments. And then I moved to give the tree a little bit of layers. I don't know why I thought that I should give the tree some more layers because it looks pretty layered up to me. But, I'm an artiste and I'm sensitive about my stuff. So let me know if you know that reference. Anywho, moving on. As you can see, I am adding more depth to the tree trunk of my imagination. So, um, yeah, I guess you can watch that for a hot minute. Depth in the tree and the little tiny branches that I forgot. And then I was jamming again and we transitioned to kind of let all that dry so I can come back and add some more at the top there. Darker sky because I did want this to be an owl in the night, you know, an owl in the night. Do they come out in the daylight? I don't know. We'll probably have to look that up. I'll look that up. Anywho, the whole point is making the sky darker because I want this to be nighttime. let that beautiful darker blue sky dry down a little bit, I'm going to start mixing up some painting here. So my next little tidbit on this painting is going to be those little leaves right there. Now they're very sparse, but very important as well. Since I want to do this whole painting completely, I'm gonna start on these cute little leaves here. And all I did was just dip some white paint with the green to make it lighter. And then I'll be using some more green later, like some darker green. But yeah, super simple, straightforward. It didn't take a lot of paint. I didn't need a lot of paint. I didn't plan on like using too much paint with these little leaves anyways. So yeah, some quick, some simple. All right, all right, all right. And once those tiny little leaves were done, I went to grab my deeper green, and then I started in that little corner there, and I am painting what I think is like the grass, but honestly it could be just about anything. This outline is fairly simple, so I just thought that was the grass, so that's what I'm painting. All right, so it looks like we're getting closer to being done with what I think is the grass portion of the painting. If it's not, then oh well. I'm not taking any suggestions. Anyways, I thought that was so. And of course, as you can see, I'm jamming. Again, let me know in the comments if you want me to, send y'all the link to my Spotify playlist. I make great playlists, okay? I make the best playlists, okay? Just in case, y'all were curious about that. I do make the best playlists. So let me know. Anywho, moving on. I don't know why the table was shaking like that, but I believe it was because I was mixing something. So I was going in to mix in the brown and the white so I can get this nice light brown color for the owl, because we're painting the owl. I did have more of an idea of like how I wanted to paint the owl when I started painting it. It is a she. I'm not sure about her name though, but yes, I did have a bit more of an idea of what I wanted to do with her. I had more of an idea of what I wanted to do with Owl, because if you have been on TikTok, there's this adorable, very cute, tiny owl that's like, I believe, almost extinct. And the way that the owl is looking at the camera and at the guy that's explaining what this owl is, it's like so, I don't even know how to describe it. It's so funny. So that's what I was thinking of when I was painting this little owl. I was thinking of the little owl on TikTok. Now, some people were saying she was side-eyeing the guy. Other people were saying she was serving face. I like to think that she was serving face. And she was literally the cutest. She was so, just so cute. So, yeah. And right here we have the first layer of the owl done, and then I just let that sit and dry for a hot second. And then we are kind of putting a little more detail, a little bit more color onto her. That's what this next segment is about, and then we'll be close to finishing up the entire little painting. Made it this far. Congratulations. Thank you for watching. Also, because the video's not yet over, we still got some time, y'all. I will let y'all in on, a little bit of some. So I knew I was gonna be an artist ever since I was a small child. So I loved drawing and coloring. And my dad, whenever I would be at his place, he'd buy me like a bunch of coloring books. Just give me tons of paper. I would be drawing, coloring, doing whatever. I knew from a young age that I was meant to be an artist. But it was at the age of 12 that I knew that I wanted to do photography. And then over time, I started to just love all different kinds of arts. So, and this is where we are at right now. Getting back to the basics, just literally coloring a simple little painting here. I definitely learned to love painting a lot more when I was in college. And after college, I started to appreciate painting a lot more. It just makes me feel so calm and so serene when I'm doing it. I really love it. Oh, I'm just blowing on the painting here for whatever reason. But yes, I love it. And art has always been with me since I was a small child. And, it's a lifelong thing. And I hope to keep up as many different hobbies as I can, Maybe over time I will niche down and just focus on one and just become a master of one. I don't consider photography to be a hobby really, because it's really my passion. It's my passion. So I wouldn't really say that's a hobby, but I have a big girl job, and that's where a lot of my time goes during the week. So it's a hobby right now. But you know what? That's okay. That is okay. And right now, we're gonna finish this painting of this adorable owl. So again, thank you for reaching this far into the video, and I hope you watch till the end. We are getting closer and closer to finishing this little tiny painting here. And then I did want to kind of create some cute little eyelids on the owl. You'll see why later. All right, and then I just let that dry down a bit, and then we're going on into our second to last thing, which is that little white space right there. So I'm just using a bit of purple. Not really sure why I chose purple instead of turning it into mountains or anything like that, but I just felt called to use that purple color. So and if you're still here, once again, thank you. We're almost done with this painting. I hope you guys have de-stressed the way that I have de-stressed in making this painting, because making this painting literally calmed me all the way down. Funny story, I've actually had this painting and then the others that came with it. I've had it for probably about 1.5 years. I just have not really used them for much. Last time I painted anything this year was July, and I painted a beautiful lily for my great-grandmother's birthday. Maybe I will put a video up of me doing that up here, but I do have it on my TikTok right now. We are almost coming to a close.